A one-shot team is the fastest way to clear Wyvern 13, but is it the most practical? Today I'll tell you why I don't run a one-shot team, but I'll also show you the team that I do run and explain why I prefer this team over the other one. What you're seeing on screen now is a generic one-shot team using Syngelica, Karin, SSB, and Sigrid. Here's my Syngelica running high ER and some decent speed around 200. Karin has very high attack and crit damage, minimum crit chance is 85%, effectiveness being 65%. Sigrid is kind of the same with the need for high attack and crit damage. However, the effectiveness is much less important because the defense break and bleeds from Karin is all you need to be able to land the kill. And finally, SSB, who I consider the hardest to gear because you need to hit very certain thresholds with her speed and her damage, which is why you see such high damage stats on her. Her debuffs are also not super important, but still a bonus, much like Sigrid. Now, looking at this team composition itself, this is the exact reason why I don't run a Wyvern 13 one-shot team. It is because I don't want to dedicate Karin, Sigrid, or SSB to strictly PvE, because I do enjoy using these heroes in PvP, and that is why I run this team for Wyvern 13. G-Purgus, Alexa, Clarissa, and Furious. G-Purgus stats are very basic. You just need to make him super tanky for him to take the hits. His only job here is to give the attack buff on the first wave, then push up your team every time he gets hit by the Wyvern. Furious is just as simple. He just needs enough speed to move first and enough effectiveness to land the debuffs on the Wyvern. Clarissa though is where it gets interesting. You just gotta stack a ton of damage on her so that she can help clear the first wave as well as deal massive damage on the Wyvern. Then you'll want enough effectiveness to land the debuffs on the boss if needed. And that is about it, because you don't need any speed thanks to G-Purgus' passive, and you need very little crit chance because of Furious's buffs, imprints, and the elemental advantage on the Wyvern. And finally, here is my Alexa. Much like Clarissa, you just gotta stack a ton of damage on her and make her as strong as possible with some effectiveness as well so she can land the poisons. Again, you don't need any speed and barely any crit chance at all. You may notice that both my Clarissa and my Alexa have way more crit chance that is needed, but that is only because my gear ended up rolling that way. You actually only need 22% crit chance on both of these heroes. Now, this team is not as fast as the one-shot team, however, it is still able to clear the 21 runs in 38 minutes and 17 seconds with a 100% win rate. That is about 1 minute and 49 seconds per run. That 1 minute and 49 seconds translates to 1 minute and 49 seconds per win. Because the one-shot team didn't result in a 100% win rate, with some simple math, we can break those numbers down to 1 minute and 38 seconds per win for that one-shot team, which means that that team is roughly only 11 seconds faster than my team per run. So aside from shackling some fun PvP heroes into Wyvern and having it only barely faster than my regular team, another big reason why I prefer this team over the one-shot team is because of how much easier this team is to gear. Though I do think the gear on my Clarissa and Alexa are both very good, it is still much easier. Because the two hardest stats to hit on any gear that is essential to making a strong DPS PvP hero are not needed for them, and that is speed and crit chance. And even if you aren't able to hit the stats that I do, you can still have very high success in running this team because it is much less likely that you will succumb to a loss due to getting 15%ed. But if you prefer to build a one-shot team still, then check out this Wyvern guide right above my face. Or if you want to check out some other guides, then check out that playlist right over there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you for hanging out with us, and I'll see you guys next time, man. Bye.